Hello friends, how's it going? We are gonna pull ourselves together today. Quickly. Got like a parent teacher conference. So just gonna get myself looking like somebody. Okay, Plump. This is from POMIFERA. It has hyaluronic acid in it. And it helps shrink the pores, tighten your skin, boost collagen, and I love to wear it underneath my makeup. Say hi when you're hopping on. Drop a 1 if you're watching the live, a 2 if you're watching the replay. We'll do an Amazon gift card giveaway today. A little bit of Brighten. This is a vitamin C serum. This is just gonna help even out your skin tone. Okay, so I have a pimple. It is that time of the month. A little bit of hormonal acne. But with that said, I want to brag. Other than this, that's the only PMS symptom that I had at all. I actually did not know my cycle was coming. So normally I have pretty intense PMS. I've been on progesterone for a while, but even then it's like, you know, when you just feel like a shaken up bottle of Coca-Cola. And so I have been taking this. This is my second box. So second month of the total. I'm almost done with this box actually. So about probably 50 days. And it's the Total by Beautiful You. It's their hormone balance. And when the first couple weeks I took it, I couldn't tell a difference. Started my cycle last month and I had no cramps. It was probably the first time since I was like 14 that I had not had cramps during a cycle. It was not super heavy, which is very rare for me. I normally even have to take iron while I'm on it because I'm just losing so much. And then it kind of was over. And I was like, whoa, is this like crazy? What? So then all of a sudden yesterday, I go to the bathroom and I'm like, what? I just started. I had no idea. I had no PMS symptoms. I woke up with this morning, but I wasn't like, you know, the week before how sometimes you just feel like, oh, I have fire coming out of my ears. Maybe I'm the only one. I didn't even know I was going to start. Anyways, so far no cramps. Just regular, I guess what I would say you would call a normal, if you don't deal with those kind of issues. I have PCOS, so my periods have always been horrible. And my symptoms are like always heating pad and just feel awful and super bloated and everything. And I don't know, like, is this a miracle? Like hormonal thing? So I'm going to continue to like do this and see if it gets better. It says it takes like 60 to 90 days for it to fully help regulate. And then I also have blood work coming up soon and I'm interested to see kind of what all my levels are. But I was really skeptical about this product, to be honest. I got it in a long time ago and I just was like, you know, I don't know. I already have so much hormone stuff. It's kind of like when you have kind of issues, you're like, this is not going to work for me. I've tried so many like natural things or whatever. And so, but then I started having friends and customers being like, I love this. My bloating is gone, or my acne is like so under control. And just all these, my hot sweats have like night and day. I'm not getting hot sweats. And so I was like, okay, well now I want to try it. And the biggest thing that I was told was like, you have to give it time. And so I'm like, okay, I'm on my second cycle now. I didn't, like, have you ever had that happen? Like, I didn't even know I was going to start. Like, Adam was like, what? Like, is it time? I was like, yeah. He's like, I didn't even know. Whereas normally he's like, have you started yet? Like, is it safe to come around you? I'm not being, I'm just like a little like, you know, I can hear him chewing and he gets on my nerves. So, okay, for blood work, the lady who does my hormones and any sort of like medical type things, and she has helped with just a lot of different medical issues that I have. Her name is Carrie Miller, and she is at Southern Surgical Arts. And if you send me a message, I can send you a her info, like her contact and where she's at. She does virtual stuff, but she's fantastic. If you've ever, like, I wanted my thyroid checked, I wanted my cortisol levels checked, I just had a lot of stuff I wanted and needed checked, and so she is who does that, and she's fantastic. Okay, a little bit of TRIMFIT, get our day started. Whoop, whoop. Who takes TRIMFIT? Drop it below how you love it. You can use the code CORTNEYSWANN to save with the Beautiful You products. I take their greens, I take their hormone, I take their collagen, probiotics. I just pretty much, they're like a brand I really use for healthy stuff, and it's been great. Add a little bit of greens because you know I'm not eating 100 fruits and veggies every day. For the setting powder, Michelle, the shade I use is Butter. Yes. Love TRIMFIT. Me too. There are days, like, if I don't take it, I'm literally like, why do I feel like I have no energy today? And I'm like, I didn't drink my TRIMFIT. It's so good. Hi, Christian. All right. Let's do this. Okay, why don't you go eat a bowl of cereal, okay?
Ask him to go to Starbucks.
We can go later.
Oh.
He's doing virtual school right now. So he's home. We can go here and later, okay? Go eat a bowl of cereal before we leave, okay? Like after?
After what?
I have about 10 minutes to get myself pulled together, okay? Yes, you love TRIMFIT and it works. I should have brought...
That looks nasty.
You can try it. It might look like nasty, but
it does look nasty.
Tastes so good. Sorry. Okay. Yes, you take all the Beautiful You and you found it by your sister. Oh, sweet. Right? Never miss a day. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this. So from Ophir, we have, hey bud. Here. I know. Can you let me hurry, please? I love you. I know. Can you, we could get yourself cereal, waffle, granola bar, banana.
Starbucks?
Yeah, we don't have time. I love you. If we'd gotten up earlier and gotten everybody dressed and going earlier, yes, but I've been up for a long time. Veda's been up. He hasn't. Okay, primer. Here we go. Even if you're in a hurry, this is going to be a fast makeup look. Even if you're in a hurry, still prime your face. It's going to make your makeup just sit way better. I love TRIMFIT because it boosts your mood, it increases energy, it helps support appetite control. It has, I can't think of the name of the cactus. Curuluma fibrata has a cactus in there, and they use it in India, and it helps with appetite control. And so just a good natural form of helping with weight loss. All right. So a little bit of cardamom foundation. I really don't drink coffee hardly at all anymore. I did have a cup yesterday. Adam made me a cup of coffee, like sometimes before church, or I really love coffee if Adam brings me coffee in bed. So I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. He like puts whipped cream on it, and it's more of like the coffee experience, the smell, it's warm. Okay, let's get up out of bed. But I don't even really finish it most of the time. And coffee can make me jittery sometimes. So I typically have kind of transitioned to like, I just would like this. I drink it with a good bit of water. It helps me get my water in for the day. Then I'll put a scoop of collagen in or collagen and greens together. And I just kind of like drink on TRIMFIT. If I'm having a day where I don't feel like I have a ton of energy, then I will do 2 scoops that day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. And you can choose if you want to add greens to it or not. I add greens to like my girls' smoothies. We add greens to like Veda's yogurt. Everybody's getting in a little bit of greens. And I just typically I really like the taste of the greens and the TRIMFIT together. All right. Can you hear Veda running around? Adam's here, so in case you're wondering, like, who has everybody? He's here. Veda's so funny. All right, a little bit of bronzer. I use Ophir's darkest bronzer in the shade Teak. You think the setting powder that you bought is too light? Can you return it if you've opened it and tried it? Yes, you can. They have a love it guarantee, which is awesome. What shorts does Christian like to wear? Help him all out. So Christian took over all of Adam's Lululemon shorts, so that's not really even a practical option. And but we did find some. I say all. I think Adam had 2 pairs, but Christian took them over. He doesn't like textures or seams, and doesn't wear pants. Like he wears shorts even in the winter. And so, but any of the where they feel like silkier, but I typically take him to TJ Maxx. I don't know, maybe once a month, and I will let him look and see if there's any that he likes the texture for, maybe once every 2 months. And TJ Maxx is like one of those where you probably can only find 2 or 3 pairs. They don't normally have a ton, but we'll just get those, and that's kind of how we've been doing it. A little bit of dibs, but I wish I had a brand where I can just be like, okay, here online. But he is picky, so I've got no help for you. All right, going in with a little bit of this setting powder. So glad they restocked their setting powder. Is it not just a miracle what a good primer, a good foundation, bronzer can do for your face? Can we just take a moment to be like, what? If you've never tried Ophir's products, they are having like a deal. The code is secret and you can save 20% off. Okay, I just kind of put it on pretty heavy. And then, oh man, I'm so sorry. I will say that TRIMFIT makes me like a little belchy. And then I notice it probably because I'm talking on here and I'm like, whoops. Can't really stop it if you're talking and that happens. Okay. So we have been going back to our old church and it has been going good so far. It's definitely like a transition because it is a very charismatic evangelical church. So that is different than Adam grew up Church of Christ where they didn't even play instruments and this church is a little loud. But so far he's liking it and we're liking it. And to be honest, there was a guy who I went down to the altar, not last Sunday, but the Sunday before. I was just praying about things and just like down there, and a guy came over to Adam who he didn't know, and he asked him like, do you want to go down to the altar? Like, do you want to go pray with her? And he was like, no, I'm good, man, I'm good. And then he got to thinking about it and he was like, you know, I really do. And so he came down there and he prayed with me, and I don't know, we were just like crying, and it was crazy because I was praying with a lady, but Adam came and put his arms on my shoulders, and it was like, you know how you can recognize someone that you know? And so he was like, this just stranger came and asked me, and so he was like, he had no idea like that I was contemplating this or not, and so he was like, I'm just really grateful. So as we were leaving, we ran into the guy and told him thank you. And so we were sitting in church. Adam, on our way to church, was like, I think we only have like Folexes. It's like not real Rolexes, you know, like just things that you get like Chinatown or something, or like just fake watches. They're just not fancy, but they look pretty, but they're gonna like fall apart in about a month, and you can't take them in water, and they're all fogged up. So his watch was fogged up. So he was like, I think for like Christmas or my birthday, like I think I want a real watch. And so I was like, I would love that, you know, like I think that would be amazing, something we can like have later on, pass it down to a kid, whatever. And so as we were in church, he was like, you know, I think I would rather give that guy like a watch than me have a watch myself. And he's like watching this is the man who had asked him to go down to the altar. And he was like sitting there, he was reading his Bible, and he had his 2-year-old little girl in his lap. And Adam was just watching him, and he was like, that is like somebody I want to like, that's someone I admire, you know? And I just thought that was the sweetest thing. So as much as we're transitioning and adjusting into all the other things, we're also working on getting like involved in volunteering. And, you know, I think that sometimes you don't always connect. Like if you didn't grow up with someone, like our pastors can be loud and you don't grow up with that, it takes a little bit to like get used to it. But then yet you can feel other things and you're like, well, but I would miss the other parts, you know? And it's not necessarily that I even love screaming pastors. It's that I feel like when I leave there, I left feeling like I experienced God that day. Sometimes, not all the time. But I'm really excited. Next week, they said they're speaking on ambassador and what your role is, you know, in the world. And when I was going through my divorce, I was in church, and it's one of the few times I felt like I've heard the Lord speak to me, like audibly, like I had to look up what ambassador meant. I was praising and worshiping, and my divorce wasn't even final. It was like I had not hit it off. I had not gotten an opportunity with lunch or anything yet. Like we were just like food bank struggling. Like we had no couch, no table, no curtains. We had towels tacked to the wall because I had sold everything I could to try and like help us survive. We were on our last, like, we did not have 2 pennies to rub together. I remember tithing that month and just being like, God, I do not have money to tithe. Like, I don't have this. And I was there in church, and I felt like the Lord said, I'm going to make you an ambassador. And I was like, am I just thinking this? Or was like the Lord speaking to me? But I knew it wasn't me because I didn't even know what an ambassador was. So I sat down and I Googled the word, and some people are going to think this is so crazy. And I get that. I agree. Okay, so I Google it and Google ambassador, and then I'm like, okay, God, like use me. And I'm trying to figure out how could God use me. And so a couple of months later, I got an opportunity to work with Launch, and that's the hair company I've worked with now for a while. And when I signed up to join, it said, congratulations, you're an ambassador. And that's like the first time I'd seen that word. Since then, I thought, well, that's kind of weird, you know? And that opportunity changed my entire career. I have had the opportunity to share Jesus with tons of people because of it. But even then, I still don't feel like that is what I do feel like. God, if you give me a platform, I'll use it to talk about you. So the pastor said, I'm going to talk next week about being an ambassador, and and I was like, Lord, I wonder if that's for you. And the pastor literally said, if you're a mom of 4 sitting in here thinking maybe this isn't for me, you're wrong. Like, better be here on Sunday, because we're going to talk about how God wants to use you in the kingdom. And I thought, well, if that's not the clearest thing I've ever heard to want to come back and hear what goes on next week, I'm pretty excited about it.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you about it in the car. Okay, I gotta get going.
We have to go.
I know that. Thanks, Christian. All right, I got talking to him.
20 minutes.
Okay, I know we're leaving. Here, I don't want to poke my eye, and I have to brush my teeth. Have you brushed your teeth? No, I can smell your breath. Go brush your teeth. Okay.
I just woke up, Mom.
I know, but you gotta have those teeth brushed. I really do have to go.
It's not fair.
We'll continue this. Maybe I'll do a skincare live and I'll talk about it. But I am really excited, and I know I haven't brushed my teeth either. But I'm excited. And I do have this huge like feeling in your heart when somebody asks, like growing up, like, who do you want to be? What do you want to do? I literally was like Mother Teresa. Like, I want to make an impact. Like, I want to like help save the world, but seriously. And how can I do that? And it just always has felt so like, what if we all could join together and do something big, right? And what if I could help inspire people to want to make a difference and all these things? And I really don't feel like God is done using me for what he wants to do. And so, I don't know, just praying about that. But I gotta go. All right, you guys. We're out of here. I'll take chapstick in the car. I'm gonna brush my teeth. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye, guys.